What's driven it is the low rate of vaccination take-up in Russia. Only around 32 to 33% of Russians have actually taken the Russian vaccine, Sputnik 5. That's around 45 million people. Officials are in some despair over this low rate. The figures on daily deaths were rising before the parliamentary elections last month. They were being announced at around 850 or so. As soon as those elections were out of the way, they spiked up to 990, then it reached 1,000. It's been a record-breaking amount every day for the past 10 days or so. Yesterday's figures, the latest we have, 1,123 people died. Total number of Russians dead from COVID, 234,000, although some people say that's a bit on the low side. Excess deaths since the start of the pandemic, 660,000. So Russia really is facing a crisis. A lot of these cases, new cases every day, are concentrated in Moscow. Across the nation yesterday, some 35,000 cases, around 5,800 or so of those in Moscow. So this really is getting serious. Moscow goes into lockdown today for a slightly longer period than the rest of the country. The 11 days lockdown has been chosen as that covers 2 incubation periods for Delta, which is the main strain of COVID in Russia at the moment. Authorities are hoping that this will nip things in the bud before winter really sets in. It's been a bit chilly recently, but we've had some bright days too. Once it gets grim and the snow starts falling and people start staying at home and congregating indoors more, respiratory diseases will of course spread. So that's what the authorities are aiming to combat at the moment. They've also told, in Moscow, they've told 2.5 million people over the age of 60 who aren't vaccinated or who haven't had COVID within the last 6 months to stay at home. Now, that's around 20% of the city's population. Quite how they're going to police that is a moot point. But all these measures are designed to nip in the bud another wave of COVID as winter approaches.